Hey, what is going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary, and we've got an amazing episode for you today, my friends. As many of you know, I've been coming back from a hurricane. We all have, many in this part of the country. We got hit back to back with double hurricanes, and we are through them now. It's been quite a couple of weeks. My prayers go out to all of the people in this area of our country who have been affected. Holy crap! Holy smokes! You never know. You never know how important having a flexible business, having flexible income is until you need it, until you need to disappear for 2 weeks, until you have a national disaster, a national emergency, or a city emergency. In this case, it was quite a national emergency. Anyways, either way, we are back in the saddle, and this week it is all about us coming and talking to you, me spending some personal time with you here on Wake Up Legendary. Let's see if nope, that's not going to work. And this morning I have an amazing guest. And my guest is somebody that you probably know and maybe have met. She is somebody who's done a fantastic job within our company for many years, working with many of you. She's the best of what we have to offer. And we're going to be talking about all things legendary this morning. We're going to be talking about accountability. We're going to be talking about our new accountability program. We're going to be talking about what she's been seeing. We're going to be talking about what it takes. We're going to be talking about how her life has been affected by learning these skills, being involved in this business company, and lots of other exciting things that we'll hear about and learn as we go. With that being said, all the way from Canada, my friends, one of my faves, they call her the King, but she's truly the Queen. Bonnie King, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dave. Good morning, legends. I'm excellent, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Just getting through this hurricane has been, an eye-opener for me, reminder, I guess, of what's important and why now is the right time to go all in on your dreams, on your goals, on acquiring the skills that you need to be able to live the life that you want to live. And I'm sure you've seen some of the images all over TV or all over the news yourself.
Absolutely. We've been following very closely. We're so glad that you're back. And I have several mentees who are in Florida as well. So been, checking up on them and making sure that they and their families are safe as well. It's when you have a catastrophic event like that, it's very upsetting to many people to see that, everything is fine one day and the next day you can literally have nothing.
Nothing. That's how many of my neighbors are right now. Anybody who is on a one-story house in my entire town has all of their belongings sitting out by a curb right now. Literally, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. I have a multi-story house which was built sooner, that has that first-story garage floor ready for flooding,
right?
And it has holes down in the cinder block so the water can, it's really ready for that. I'm very blessed. I paid for it, but I'm very blessed to have that. My neighbors' houses are sitting out. Their lives are sitting on the curb right now, soaked in contaminated salt water, sewage water. I mean, we don't realize the luxuries that we have just of sewage going down the pipes and not coming back up in our homes every single day. And I'm not talking about just our sewage. I'm talking about all sewage, right? The fact that we have just, salt water, which the world is made up of a large percentage of salt, it touches your belongings. It's done. It's over. It's that you got to throw them out. They're contaminated. And so, here we are. And I want you to think about this. All this happened within 36 hours. Right. I was sitting. Now I'm going somewhere with this. This is not, some morning talk show where we just talk about the weather. Stick with me, everybody who's listening, because we're going to have a powerful conversation today. Within 36 hours, my entire life changed. right? And so did everybody in the path of this thing. I'm not a regular news watcher. So 36 hours is about the time where your friends and family start asking, what are you doing for the hurricane? And that's usually how you find out, right? Because you're just not paying attention to the news. Most of us, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just not watching the news every day, local news. And so that's usually, anyways, 36 hours, maybe 48 if you're paying attention to the news, or 72. But either way, we're all walking around like we got all this time on this planet. We're all building our businesses like we got all this time. We're waiting to take action. We're waiting to really get serious. We're waiting. And friends, I'm going to tell you something. You're right, Melissa. Mother Nature is wild. In Mother Nature, my friends, Mother Nature can come through and wipe out your plans in a split second, the same way that a health or medical emergency could, or anything else in this life. And you're sitting around thinking that you have so much time to take action on the things that you want to take action on, when in the reality is you could have a lot less time than you think you do. Right? So why not hire the professionals right now, all the people that you want inside of your life to help you to achieve the things that you want to do? And that was the question that we posed to people, several months ago when we started our accountability program, which you kind of have transitioned over as one of our most senior BPAs here, all-time closing, most collected in sales, one of the, if not the greatest to ever do it here inside of Legendary as a business plan advisor. We've asked you to kind of work with these clients, and you have, and it's been a pleasure to watch. And what comes up for you as I talk a little bit about, Bonnie, this idea of spending the time, the money, the resources, the investments now to become the person that you want to be, or the marketer that you want to be, instead of sitting back around thinking that you have all this time?
That's an excellent question. And it's something that I talk about with the mentees regularly. Everyone's going to decide that they're ready when they decide that they're ready. It's the same thing as you're building your business, and people get somewhat frustrated going, my message isn't clear, or people aren't paying attention to what I'm saying. People are going to pay attention when they're ready to pay attention. So with the mentees, how I like to go over it, I have a few accountability coaches in my life that I pay for, because there's certain areas of my life that I know I won't show up for on my own. The gym is one of them. And I have this conversation with all the mentees. Hate it. Never been a fan. Don't like it. I love to be outside, but the gym is not my best friend. I don't particularly enjoy it. So I do pay for someone to help me show up for that particular activity. Why? I could wait for another 5 years. I could wait for another 10 years. But something that as we get older, we seem to realize after about 40, ooh, I'm not getting any younger. I might want to start paying attention to my health. It's the same thing with your business. You're not getting any younger. Something like this happens where where you had the ability to be able to literally get up and evacuate and move for 2 weeks. Over 2 weeks, I think it was closer to 3, that in between the 2 hurricanes when you were gone.
Yep.
But business didn't stop. That's the greatest thing. Business didn't stop. Now you have people to look after, but you have systems in place, all of those things, because you invested your time, your resources to learn the skills and be able to build that, so that when something happens, you can continue to do that. I encourage everyone to, earlier this year, I lost my dad. And the reason that I share that is because I was in Florida on vacation. I was supposed to be there for another 4 weeks, had to come home immediately. But while I was transitioning through, being on vacation, coming home, looking after, things that I needed to look after, my business didn't stop, because I had built, the systems were in place, everything was ready to go, everything was moving along. So something I love to say to all the mentees, which I do regularly, today's the first day of the rest of your life. And if you look at it that way, you're going to do something today to move forward today. Something else that really helps a lot of the mentees, which was a big thing for me when I first got started almost 5 years ago. Your children are watching what you're doing, regardless of how old they are. It doesn't matter if they're 5, 15, or 25. They're watching what you're doing. And when they watch you be able to create something for yourself where now you're in control of the decisions and your income and your time, that helps them understand, oh my God, I can do this too. I don't have to actually do what everyone else says I should do. So that's pivotal for a lot of people. It was for myself as well. The people closest to you, they're watching what you're doing. So do it today.
Yeah, and we want to help you with this. This is not a motivational talk, although we hope you find it motivational. We started a accountability coaching program a few months back, and the way that we did this was we launched this at an event, and we said to our attendees, hey, we don't usually sell stuff at events. We don't. It's just a thing that we've done for the past many years. We don't like it to feel like a pitch fest or like you're running to the back of the room and it's one of those pitch fest seminars. But we want to make an offer to all of you. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, no problem. I had no plan for it. I had no slides for it. It wasn't a big, set up and close. And we just had you, Eric, Dawn, just talking to people, asking questions. This was at the most recent New Orleans event. We said, hey, we want to work with you all for 6 months and hold your hand or kick your butt or whatever you need, as well as insert into your life and business the same structure that we use here at Legendary in order to grow and manage our business here. The same, meeting schedule, check-in schedule, accountability schedule, give you operating procedures or all, marketing knowledge, but mainly hold you accountable and your feet to the fire to do the things that you need to do and that you already probably have the information to do. Many of you need to stop taking notes and start applying. And that resonated with so many people in the room. And so over the course of the last 4 months or so, our accountability mentoring program has exploded. We've got, 100 plus, 100, almost 150. I don't know how many people exactly are in our group, but it's over 100. And we are, 100, 126. We are rocking and rolling, helping people to stay accountable on a daily basis. We're offering that professional help, that expertise at a paid price, because why not? Stop waiting and wishing that your accountability coaches or executive coaches or marketing mentors or whoever the people that you absolutely are missing right now in your life are going to show up in your friends and family circle. They're not. You're going to have to hire the experts that you need. Just like for me with this hurricane, the people who fared the best were the people who hired an expert to come in and prep their homes with either shutters or hurricane-proof windows, not the guy or the gal who at the last minute tried to throw up some crappy wood that they couldn't find probably at the right. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Mm-hmm. And that's what so many of you are doing here right now within your entrepreneur journey. You're buying courses, and we're not fools. It's not just from here. You're buying stuff from all over the internet. You're throwing spaghetti at the wall. You're moving in a bunch of different directions. And all the while, something big is coming in your life. I don't know if it's a hurricane. I don't know if it's the death or the sickness of a loved one. I don't know if it's your own medical issue. I don't know what it is. But I promise you, your time is coming. And if you have nothing set up because you've not invested any of the time to learn the skills, you're sitting on a damn gold mine right now, people. As a matter of fact, it's one of the first modules inside of the Affiliate Marketing Business Blueprint. I named it Sitting on a Gold Mine because you literally are. We all are. But if you don't know how to pick up the shovel, or you're not picking up the shovel in digging and in mining those nuggets on a daily basis, then you're only just sitting on top of it and you'll never be able to experience the benefits of what it could produce for you. Do you agree with that, Bonnie?
Absolutely. Something that I've always spoken to members about, even when I came through as a student myself almost 5 years ago. People come to Legendary for 2 reasons: inspiration and desperation. And when you're desperate, now things get really tough. Well, Bonnie, I just lost my job. COVID. I can't even tell you how many people I spoke to. I just lost my job last week. My wife got furloughed 2 months ago. Oh my God, how are we going to pay our mortgage? How are we going to pay our bills? But you've had the information for 8 months. And because nothing was motivating you or there was no sense of urgency, I decided not to do anything because I went through a couple of the modules. I got a little confused. So I thought, I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
Now I'm back full force and I need to make $1 million in the next 3 weeks. Well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. And you're, you're right. It's always a desperation. There's the gift of desperation, which is healthy. And then there's actual desperation where desperate people do desperate things. And that's when you get into a tough spot. You know, many of you have that gift of desperation right now, and you're not leveraging it. You know, you think that it's anxiety or struggle, but really it's desperation. It's that same desperation that I had when I wanted to get clean off being homeless and off heroin back, 16, 17 years ago. I was so desperate for that. And I was so desperate for that change in my life. You go and you meet somebody who's, battling cancer or has some other medical issue that they're dealing with. They're desperate. They do anything for that, right? Somebody who never goes to the doctor, now they're on dialysis. They got to be to the hospital every day. They don't want to be late, right? So it's like, that's desperation, right? And I mean, that could be a gift if you're not terminally ill or something, right? If you just have a business and you're tired of being broke, or you realize, oh yeah, a hurricane could hit me, or a natural disaster could hit me, or a family member could get sick. Let me leverage this desperation that I have and turn it into motivation. And we can help you do that. We want to help you do that, friends. We want to be more than just somebody who sells you a course. There's a lot of courses out there on the internet. We believe our program is the best. It's been running for the longest of any online marketing, affiliate marketing, course that I know of personally. Our community has been here as long or longer than anybody's community, just growing, standing strong, supporting each other. But we're also willing to hold your hand and work with you on a daily and weekly basis. And that's what Bonnie's been doing along with our accountability mentorship group and coaches. And, we want, after 6 months, for you to be able to look back and say, I am a totally different person. And we don't want you to just grow financially. We also want to help you grow in terms of your habits, developing the habits that you need in order to be a successful entrepreneur. And Bonnie, what are some of those habits and some of those things that you've noticed that a lot of people have in common and lack or are not super strong at, if they're also struggling with launching their business? Is it so used to having somebody tell them what to do as an employee that it's difficult? What are some of the main things that people may be able to identify with that, yeah, that's a struggle for me, that you see with people, and help them to remedy and find solutions for it?
Of course. So absolutely. One of the biggest number one commonality that I hear, oh, I don't have the time. I'm a parent, I have young children, or, I have children and teenagers and my parents are getting older and I need to separate my time. Or time is always, always the issue. One of the biggest things, and something that you just said, that there have been many mentees recently who have been guests on Wake Up Legendary. And one of the most wonderful things is, and I get to watch the shift. So does Eric, so does Don, as the mentors. We get to watch that shift. When you realize that this actually isn't about the money and it's all about changing your mindset around every area in your life, that's when you see the light bulb go off and go, oh my gosh, everything I've learned here, I'm going to apply it to every area, and the money's going to come if I stop focusing on the money. Time is always the number one issue.
Mm.
So one of the things that I've worked on with all the mentees, let's focus on what you do with your time. So time management, there's several things that I learned from you as a learned behavior. This controls our whole life, always. As soon as it beeps, as soon as it dings, as soon as an email comes in, as soon as this, I need to stop what I'm doing. So one of the learned behaviors that I learned from you, I never watch the news. So if I was in Florida, I'd be waiting for someone to tell me there's a hurricane coming, because I don't watch the news, because I don't fill my mind with stuff that's not helping me or not serving me. 2, I learned how to manage my time properly. So I have certain times in the day where I'll go in and check Slack or check my email or check messages, because I'm not going to live reactively. I'm going to proactively control my time. And when we have these small milestones with the mentees where they go, oh my God, I just miraculously found another hour in my day. It's not miraculous. It's because now you're taking control of how you operate your day. Now I have more time. And another one is, I need like 3, 4, 5 hours to work on this. If you're doing that, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because now you're getting overwhelmed and frustrated, and the chances of you walking away are very high. 60 minutes. 60 minutes a day. Start with 60 minutes a day. Set a timer, and as soon as that 60 minutes goes off, walk away. Your chances are you're going to retain what you've just learned, and you're going to come back tomorrow and go, that was so exciting. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what I'm going to learn about today. Because when stuff gets hard, that's when people walk away and go, I can't do this. You can do anything. Most of us have raised fully functioning human beings.
Yeah.
Most of us have survived something that's not been pleasant in our lives. You can do anything. Managing your time, focusing a very small piece of your day on learning a new set of skills, and then applying that set of skills to every area of your life.
Mm.
And that's when you see the shift and people go, oh my God, I'm a better parent. I'm a better partner. I'm a better listener. Look at what I've been able to do. We've stopped focusing on the money, and holy shit, Bonnie, I just got my first commission. Yay me! Because we're not focusing on the money anymore. We're focusing on the skills.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you never, when you go, my friends, if you want a free accountability coaching call with Bonnie, you can email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com. Here's how this works. Okay. We have limited spots, and I truly do mean that. This is not some fake scarcity. We're spending our actual time with clients, both doing complimentary calls to help you to wrap your head around your accountability, what you're missing, okay, what would be helpful for you, what you could change. And then also this program that we're talking about, where we'll work with you for 6 months, it's a hands-on program. It's a one-on-one program. It's working with you one-on-one to make sure there's no hiding in a big group. We're going to make sure that you grow. We're going to make sure that you get what you need to get. We're going to make sure that you show up. We're going to do everything that we can besides literally illegally harass you. Bradley says, I'm a mentee and highly recommend, so worth it. Jasmine said, I need this. I feel stuck. Andrea, yes, please. Listen up. Okay. Listen up. Okay. What we will do is we will hold you accountable for 6 months. Okay. We will hold you accountable for 6 months. If you want to experience what that's like with no, obligation, with no twisting of arms. If you don't want this, we don't want it for you. But my hunch is that you not only want this, but you need this. How do I know that? I'm not up on a mountain talking down to you, because I need it too. I need it too. I need that level of accountability in most every area of my life in order for me to be super productive. That is my superpower, that I do have people around me holding me accountable. A great example of that is kids. You just mentioned this a moment ago, Bonnie. When you wake up and you're walking around in your house and you have kids, you have the ultimate accountability there, because you can't just act a damn fool like you want to, because you got these little shit eaters that are sitting around in your house that are watching you. And it's been like that for the past how many ever decades. So that's a form of accountability. And we all have all kinds of accountability. You know that if you go out and kill somebody, you're going to do life in jail. That's a form of accountability. It's a consequence, right? And so you have to be creative with your accountability. We'll give you all ideas. We'll lay out the program for you. If you want to take part in that, great. If not, then We will give you everything that we can give you for free to help you to be as successful as possible. But my hunch is that most of you could use this. So email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com. DAVE, dave@legendarymarketer.com, with the word accountability. And what I'll do is literally CC Bonnie in, and you guys can find a time to chat briefly about your situation, about your accountability, about your results, about what it would take to get you implementing and executing instead of in kind of, a holding pattern, sort of like an airplane who's getting ready to land, right? Circling a city, waiting for a landing spot. Worse yet, I think it's that plane. The better analogy would be the plane that never took off, which would be how to describe so many of your businesses. And the sad part, and why I'm getting so damn passionate about it this week after this hurricane has happened to me, is because, friends, it's not just hurricanes. I was in the hospital last year for 88 days with my father. Now, you heard Bonnie say she lost her father. I almost lost my father. It was unbelievable. It's unbelievable. If I would have lost my father, I would have needed the same 88 days. I can't imagine. Thankfully, he made it out of there alive, just barely. But I was in the hospital every day for 88 days, friends. I want you to think about that for a second. When is your number going to get called to where you're going to have to be there for somebody? To where you're going to have to decide one day, my friends, is it going to be this older relative I'm going to be there for, or is it going to be my job? Is it my job? Because I'm out of PTO. So you want to have flexibility. You want to have these skills. You want to have this going. You want to get this baby going. Whatever you got to do to get it off the ground. You got to do whatever you got to do to get it off the ground and get some air up under your wings. And that's why I say, if you need to spend 6 months with us holding you accountable, kicking you in the butt, then that's what you do. That's what you do. You pay for that expertise if you need to, if you want to, if you want to take things to the next level.
It's the
Right?
same thing as going to school. We don't go get a college education for free. We're paying somebody, an institution, to educate us. We have professors that teach us, that hold us accountable. We have assignments. We have things. Now, I'm not an advocate for the education system. I'm just giving you an example of accountability. But something that you just said that reminded me, when I was an advisor of a story, and talk about desperation. I was talking to a member. This woman was coming through the challenge. And the reason that she was coming through the challenge was because her son was in the military, 21 years old, and he was passing through the United States for 24 hours. She hadn't seen him in a year and a half, and she had the opportunity to connect with him, and her boss wouldn't give her the time off. And it was going to be another 2 years before she could see him again. And she didn't get to see him at all because she couldn't get the time off. And for her, that was this is the last straw.
Mm.
But she never finished the challenge because it wasn't actually the last straw. That's what happens when you start to get like, this is what's, something has happened and you go, that's it, I'm all in. But then 8 other things happen where, or I get confused, or I can't find the time, whatever your limiting beliefs are that you have that say, I can't do this. And now you're stuck in the same spot. Why? Because that's a habit or a pattern that you've created for many, many years. Yeah. Anyone getting out of a habit, whether it be smoking, eating, whatever the habit may be, you need help to do that. You can't do it on your own. 99.9% of people can't do it by themselves. This is the same thing.
Yeah.
If you're in that same pattern, doing the same thing over and over and getting no results, well, that's the definition of insanity, and we need to do something different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So get with someone who can help you.
Hire professional help, friends. Hire professional help. I mean, this is the thing that would change so many of our lives if we would stop. If you lived by this rule, I'm telling you, this rule changed my life. This is not hot air. When I stopped going to friends and family and people that were not qualified to help me with my problems, my life changed. I'm telling you, friends, I don't care if it's your business, your marketing. I don't care if it's your relationship problems. I don't care, especially some of those personal things. Do not go to people who don't have the success or the experience in that particular category to give you feedback or ideas or guidance. I'm being as strong as I can about this, because as much as you love and want the approval of your family members and friends, as much as you want them to understand and support what you're doing, they don't get it. They're not in your shoes. They're not living your life. They don't have your dreams. They don't have your vision. So you have to own that. You have to take that to a professional who knows how to deal with those dreams, who knows how not to shit on them, who knows how not to make you feel small, who knows how not to present problems to your solutions, but instead knows how to help you to get those ideas off the ground and make what's in your head a reality, or what you want a reality. And that's what professionals are for. Same thing if you had an issue with your vehicle. You take it down to old Uncle Lou under the old shade tree, and he breaks it even more. Now, maybe he gets it going for a week or two, but then guess what? Something else blows, and it's even worse because you didn't take it to. Same thing. Go to a shade tree doctor. They amputate the wrong leg, right? Or whatever. Extreme example. You take your relationship woes to your sister-in-law. Drama, gossip, nothing's kept private. Your business gets all out on the streets, right? You take whatever your problem is, you take it to your best friend or your friend's circle or your mom or your mother-in-law or whoever it is, and they don't get it, they don't understand it, they don't know how to help you, and you're in the same place. But guess what? Everybody's happy because nobody's growing. Everybody's at the same place, so everybody's content. And that's how most people in most families and most circles stay in the same spot, because you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time around. And so if you're not, that's why I hire professionals, whether it be therapists, business coaches, marketing mentors, what personal trainers, whatever I need, because now all of a sudden I have hired guns. I have experts. I have the best of the best who can help me to get more, better, faster results than you. Because I'm not afraid to just pay for it and just bite the bullet. And that every single person, you see a professional athlete come out of one sport and want to learn the other, the first thing they do is hire a coach. Because they know they have blind spots. They can't see all their flaws on their own. They need somebody to help them. So same thing here, same concept, right? Some of you may need that additional mentorship. That's okay. Email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com, and I will CC you in personally with Bonnie for a free accountability coaching call to discuss your situation, to discuss what you need help with, how we can hold you accountable and build a personalized, customized plan for you to ensure that you get as close as you can to your goals. And we'll do everything that we can to help you. Bonnie, final words as we bring this in for a landing. What would you say to the people who are too scared to get on the phone or Zoom with you, or feeling anxiety about the teeth marks that you're going to leave in them, how much you're going to punish them, how much you're going to talk down to them, how much you're going to come and whip them and beat them, and they're just so scared of you? What do you say to those folks?
Well, I've never had anyone say that to me, but I understand the anxiety, and I know that a lot of times, people sign up for things that they don't actually follow through because of the fear. I get that. Legendary is the safest space. You see it all the time in the comments. When you have conversations with me, this isn't about me. This is about you. I'm here to help serve you. One of the greatest things that I learned coming through this journey myself was my whole purpose, which I had no idea what my purpose was. I had a corporate career for many, many years. And then coming through this and learning this, my purpose is to help serve as many people learn that they can get out of the life that they're living right now and be able to learn the life that they actually want. So for me, it's a privilege to be able to talk to people and help understand what it is that you're struggling with right now. See if there's something that I can do to help you, that that we at Legendary can do to help you move forward, because you can't do it on your own. If you could, you'd already be doing it. You wouldn't need to talk to me or anyone here at Legendary. This is all about helping you be able to move forward with your dreams. I've already done this. Dave helped me do this. The mentors, Eric and Don, we've already done this because we came through as students ourselves. So we know all of the struggles, the fears, everything that you're feeling, we've gone through it as well. So the biggest favor you can do for yourself is get out of your own way. Book an appointment with one of the mentors who genuinely wants to help you move forward, and see if, you'll, if nothing else, you'll definitely have some phenomenal insight as to, here's where I'm struggling. Here's what I need. Oh my gosh, I can't do this by myself. And you're right. Something that you said earlier too. We don't go to people that can't help us move forward, because what we don't need are yes people. We need people who can actually give us valuable insight, valuable direction, so that we are able to move forward and execute our dreams. And our partners, our parents, our family, our friends, they're not those people. Unless you're an expert in the field, the feedback, it doesn't help. So book an appointment with someone who can help you. We're all here to help you. And I promise I won't bite.
No, she won't. Well said, my friend, as always. And God bless you, man. You are a phenomenal asset to me and every single person who gets to interact with you. So stay legendary, my friend. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you. See you, everyone.
See ya. Bye-bye. All right, my friends, congratulations, and good for you all. I looked in my personal email inbox here right now. Giselle, Arquai, Rhonda, Sherry, Kathleen, Rich, Jay, Cynthia, all emailing me for appointments with Bonnie, and I will get to you all first come, first serve. So don't sit on this. If you want to speak with Bonnie, you want to have some time and get some information about our accountability mentorship group, then email me at the email address on your screen right now, dave@legendarymarketer.com. And I will put you in touch personally with Bonnie. My friends, we have an amazing growing community here. Let's dig in, get in where you can fit in right now to learn these skills, to implement them, to build the business that you deserve. It's 2024, and these skills are not going away. Learn them here, learn them somewhere else. I mean, if you can find somewhere else to learn them that's as cool as this, cool. But either way, learn these skills. You're going to need them. It's 2024. We're not going backwards. And it's a blessing to have something that can have your back when you need to go take care of life, because life showed up like it did with me in this hurricane over the past few weeks. Thank you to each one of you for being on this crazy journey with us. Email me at dave@legendarymarketer.com with the word accountability for a free call with Bonnie. Okay. And thanks so much for being with us this morning, my friends. Get out of here. Have a fantastic day. My name is Dave Sharpe. As always, be legendary. Get out of here. Peace.